Welcome back to another episode of League of Legends. In a sense, it's League of Legends in the background, so if you want to watch it. We did win this game and our team kind of kicked ass, so I mean, yeah, I got some good content to watch, but this is a voiceover. So I want to say last Sunday or this past Sunday, when I'm recording this, it's the Sunday just passed, but I guess when this goes out, it'll be last Sunday, the Sunday before. I don't know. My work week is all wonky. I work Friday to Monday, so like I record my videos on Tuesday, Wednesday. So when this comes out, it'll probably be like the Sunday before, but that's not the point. The point is, on Sundays, I released a Minecraft video. I did a voiceover of why I make YouTube videos, the things I'm wanting to get out of YouTube, and what would make me happy in the future in terms of what I do for content and how I do content. And I would recommend going and watching that video. I've also made another one before, but this one was a lot more in depth. So over this past week, I've decided I would like to once a month put out a video, not exactly talking about really, it could be anything from like someone's depression to talking about problems on a car, or talking about my coworker at work irritating me and what I do to deal with that in case you're having the same issues. But I think this one I'm going to talk about, it's kind of tossed up in the air. I'd like to talk about addiction, but at the same time I'd like to expand my comments from when I was talking about depression in the video from Sunday. And I mean, they do intertwine and you can talk about them simultaneously, but I think I'm not going to do addiction this time. I think I'm going to talk about I guess depression, not really as depression as a whole, but like depression itself, the anxiety you get with it, the not feeling anything. Kind of, for me, like when I had depression, like I was really sad, but at the same time I really didn't feel anything aside from just being really sad. And that was like my freshman year of high school, so that would have been like 2012 or 2013, I believe. So I just went into freshman year, everything was good, and then like everything started going really bad. One of my friends was already depressed and was like cutting themselves, so self-harm. And I was like really confused on why they would do that, so I started looking into it and like why people would do that, what is gained from it, what's the everything like that. And I started to put myself in like his shoes to see what it is to, I guess, be depressed and try to help him with that. And little did I know, doing that was not the greatest idea, because then while I'm doing that and like trying to make myself sad, over here in the darkness I didn't see happening is my mom and dad were gonna constantly argue back and forth, and it'd be like blood, like screaming bloodbaths back and forth. They'd pee over to me, I'd catch it for no reason. I wasn't allowed to do anything throughout high school, and I mean absolutely anything. The most I did was go from my bedroom to the school bus to school back home, and that's all I did for 4 years, because that's all I was allowed to do. Because for some reason my mom thought I was on drugs and was like a really delinquent kid, and I was doing all these bad things, and I really wasn't. I wasn't doing anything. I mean, I just didn't care about school, so I didn't do anything in school. I didn't try to do schoolwork, I just did things. So then she started yelling at me for that, not being able to go anywhere, hearing them constantly argue. father being a drug addict, so he'd spend like $600 a month on like pills. I'm not going to say exactly which ones because I don't know if that's going to get censored or not by YouTube, but we'll just say pills in general. Most of you can guess which kind. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, like, it just kind of all happened at the right time to make everything really bad. So like I just started going down and down and down and down. I had no one to talk to. I had no one I could trust because, I mean, didn't really have a good relationship with my parents anyways. And I was at the point in time where, like, you know, like, yeah, I was 13, 14. But at the same time, you're at a really awkward stage and need some guidance from somebody and someone to help with your emotions and such. I didn't have any of that, so like for me, it was just very easy to just shut them down, turn them off, and not have to like care about them at all. And one thing that helped me is where I went to school, it's really small, so like the teachers are like really personal, and you can talk to them about things, and it's really nice, which I feel like you do with most teachers, but at small school, it's really, really handy. And it was just nice to have somebody to vent that out with and would like keep things from getting really bad. But like I've still tried killing myself 4 different times. It never took, obviously, because I'm here. And it's weird because like when you're in depression, like a really deep dive of like sadness and not wanting to be alive, like you still will get these random spurts of like, tomorrow I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and it's like I'm going to like turn my life around. And that's what I would like to talk about, is the turning your life around portion. So in the video I posted on Sunday, I said just pretend to be happy. And the reason I said that is because you legitimately have to like pretend to be happy in a sense. And the reason I say that is because like what you're trying to do is you're trying to build a new neurological pathway in your brain so that you have like a different way, you can be on a different perspective and see things differently. And you can't just do it like one time and be like, oh yeah, I'm good. That is terrifying to hear in my ears right now. I should have muted the volume instead of having League of Legends playing in the background. But anyways, so yes, you're trying to build this new neurological pathway, and it's not just like a one-time thing, you're done, like a one-day thing or 1 week thing. Like it's probably like a good, I'd say a good month before like you actually start noticing a different like perspective in your brain, like before you can actually start seeing things a little bit differently. And like it sucks, it's hard, it's difficult, like don't get me wrong, it is. And it gets easier, but at the same time, it gets a little bit harder. But I would definitely say it's a lot easier than feeling like your life is just nothing more than just it sucks and you will not be here. So like my first thing, I'd definitely just, that's what I did, is I'd pretend I'd be happy. And I just did that, and then I'd go out and do things that actually made me happy, which for me was going out and hiking, because where I live, there's a bunch of hiking trails like in my vicinity. It's really easy. I can literally walk from my front door and go hiking. I also enjoyed spending time with friends, so I'd go out, get in a car with friends, go ride around. And at the time, I mean, I was smoking marijuana, smoking dope, so that helped as well. I'm not recommending or saying like, hey, you should go smoke dope, it's going to help you get through depression. But like for me, it subdued all of the really bad feelings and like made happy be like the primary one. So like I would not recommend at all that you sit here and use a chemical to make you, to help do the work, because then you have to rely on that chemical. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I don't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked. I have also not drank in like 3 years. So like, and I'm very much happy, and I'm glad I don't drink or smoke. I'm not saying anything wrong about drinking or smoking. All my friends either smoke or drink, or some of them do both, and it's a thing. You can do it. By all means, do it. But I would not rely on it to make you happy. I'm just saying, for me, it's what I was doing in my life at the time, and it helped a little bit. So hiking, spending time with friends, going to parties, and just being in that like really lively, like happy, burstful energy was really nice as well. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even really play video games that much. I also like watching anime, so like I watched a bunch of anime. And then the more you do it, the more you'll realize like, oh, you'll start to realize like, oh, okay, that's not that bad. Like, if someone's trying, let me say it like this. If I would go back as I am now, back to when I was a teenager and my parents would fight and yell at me for not doing my work at school, it wouldn't bother me as bad, because I'd be like, you know what? I mean, it's not like I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying. It's just that I don't really want to do school. I don't want to go to college. I'm like, I just want to get out of here and do work. And it just gives you a different perspective to where everything's not as like heavy anymore like it typically was, because like I said, you have a different perspective. It's just really nice. So like pretending to be happy is a good one. I would definitely recommend doing that one. Another thing, I'm saying this one because it helped me, because I like to do this. Writing your feelings down, or like writing stories, or anything creative like that, to where you can put like your emotions and your feelings and stuff down on paper or your computer or anything, is really handy, because then like you can sit there and have something tangible about it. And you can sit there, and if it's a story, you can read it, and you can like read word for word what you were feeling. And you can actually sit there and construct and deconstruct the things you like and don't like about it, and what you can do to make it better. It's something tangible. It's right there in front of you. And it makes it really nice. Because one, you're getting it out. Like your body holds on to these memories and energy. And writing it out, painting, or anything like that, you get it out on paper. So you kind of like free up some space in your brain, your emotions. This sounds like a hippie when I say this. Your like just energy overall just gets like a little smaller. Everything just gets a little bit smaller because you took something out. It's not as full anymore. And then if you write a story, I mean, it's pretty cool, because I like writing stories. It's really cool to see what you can do with words and how you can make an imagination pop up like that. Because I really love, like I said, I love anime. So like writing stories down, I would literally just think about it like I'm watching an anime, like what I'd like to see. So you get to do something really creative and cool. And if that's something you like to do with your life, guess what? You have great source material. It's called your it's called your own life. Yeah, it hurts going through it and writing all this stuff down. But once you go back and read it, let's say like you write it down now, 3 years in the future, you read it again, you're gonna be like, man, I was really like that. Like it's like, man, I was like, at the time they were valid feelings and everything was like valid, and like you're a smart, you didn't know any better. And then you look back at it, you're like, man, I was not the brightest individual when I was doing this, because like all I had to do was just do this, and like that would have been fine. And it just makes everything, yeah, you just get more space inside your head, and you can actually start working through them, because like you write it down, you have to think about it, you have to work through and see exactly what you're trying to say about those emotions and those feelings and that experience and that memory. So you're sitting here doing something as simple as like writing it down, and it's like, oh, I'm just writing it down, no big deal. No, you're doing a lot of things while you do that. You just don't know because it's just something simple like write a story or paint something. You're experiencing these emotions all over again. You're giving it an outlet. You're not just pushing it to a jar and then putting the lid on the jar. You're not doing that. You're like letting it out of the jar, which is really nice. And sometimes that helps, but it's not the answer, the end all be all, because sometimes experiences are reliant on others. Someone, you had an unrequited crush and they made you feel really bad or like really sad. So, okay. Hold on here. We're gonna do that to that. I can't stand hearing that W. But, and then like on memories and emotions like that when you kind of have to work with people, or you need to go through and be like, is this worth holding on to? Is this going to like dictate things in my future? And if it's not, just let it go. There's no point to hold it. Now, if it's something that like, hey, this is, if I would work through this with them, it would help me out a lot, then I would definitely reach out and see if you can talk to them about what happened and everything. And, you know, try to get it worked out. But don't be like, if they don't want to, I know that sucks, but you're just gonna have to let it happen. What you could do is just like write everything down and just sift through it and see what you can do as yourself, get through it and come out on the other side and be a better person. I mean, at that point, that's about all you can do. So let's see here. Trying to be happy for neurological pathways, because you need to do it. It sucks, but you need to. Write your feelings, your emotions, or your feelings down, or anything like that, just so you can have, like, you can have them tangible. You can see these things. It's not just in your body or in your head anymore. Like, you can see them. You can feel it. You can touch it. It's right there. Very, very nice. I did that multiple times, and I love it. It is so nice. And then I don't want to give too many I want to give out too many things, because like if like these two things don't work for you, then it's just like I don't want to give you like 12 things and it's like, oh, these don't work for me. I would like to give like a couple things here and there, and then if someone comments like, hey, tried this, didn't like it, wasn't really my stitch, then I can be like, hey, try this or this. So yeah, I would definitely do I know pretending to be happy sounds dumb, but definitely give that one a try. I would definitely recommend that one, because I've going through life over the last 11 years. It is so much easier just to do things. It's easier just to do it and get out of the way than it is to sit there and just let it build and build, because the picture and image inside your head is 10,000 times worse than what's actually going to happen. I've come to realize that, and I wish it was something I could realize sooner, because man, it makes a difference. Because there'll be times where I'm going to talk to somebody, like for instance, talking to like my boss about getting a raise. I get so scared and so nervous to like talk about those kind of things, because I feel like I don't do enough work at my jobs, which I mean I do. I've been told I'm a very hard worker, but I feel like I don't do enough to deserve a raise. So I build it up in my head and make it big and scary, and it's just gonna be like all these bad things are gonna happen. Like he's gonna be like, oh, you don't do enough work, you don't do this, you don't do this, you really don't deserve a raise because you're kind of lackluster. And it, so far, knock on wood so far, I have not been that. I've been a very good worker, and I have gotten the raises when I asked for my raises. So the image inside your head is way worse than what's actually going to happen. So don't sit there and let it fester and build in your head and build and build and build, because it really is not as bad as you think it's going to be. Your brain is very powerful, and it will do a lot of things to help try to protect you. But sometimes its ability to protect is way more powerful than it needs to be. So you need to just like be able to stand on your own feet and not let your big scary imagination try to protect you from something that isn't as bad as you think. That's a really important thing too, is like your brain will make things a lot scarier than it actually is. Oh, another thing is, get an animal. Get a partner, like a dog, cat, bird. That's a Pokemon. Ferret, turtle, fish, whatever it is. I would recommend getting an animal too. I kind of just like went a random tangent. Now I'm just onto this. But man, having an animal, or I don't want to call him an animal, but having a companion like that is so nice. Because like I have a German Shepherd, and his full name is Saruto Hiko Okami, but I have shortened it down to Saruto. It is so nice. I wake up, he's literally right here beside me on the pillow, sleeping next to me. We get up, we go outside, he uses the bathroom, I go use the bathroom, because where I live, I can go use the bathroom outside, not to worry about it. I'm taking a wee, I'm not doing anything else. So I go take a wee, he goes and does his thing, and then we come in, and I'm sitting here recording videos, and guess what? He's right here beside me. Love it. I go to work, he follows me to the door he follows me all the way until I leave, and then he stays right there. And I go to work, come home, and he's right at that door waiting for me. And he is just obsessed with me. And it is very nice, because if you are someone that hasn't had, I guess, the connection with someone like that, or a way to fulfill that need of someone being there for you all the time, or just having someone be there for you the majority of the time. If you haven't had that and it's something you crave and something you miss, a companion would definitely be helpful. And it doesn't have to be a dog. Like if you're in an apartment and you can't afford a dog because like your apartment doesn't allow it, or it's really expensive for the pet fee, that's fine. Or if you're allergic to them, that's okay. Just get something that will kind of help fill that void a little bit. Because then, like, I've also learned like a lot more than just, it's a lot more than just that. You get a lot of experiences that will give you happiness and just make you feel really good, because like you're saying you have to take care of this, take care of your companion, and you get to like kind of hone your skills of like, if you ever want to be a parent, you can be like, this is like the kind of parent I would want to be. You get to do the things you would like to have done to yourself when you was growing up. So it's really nice, because then like you're literally raising a mini you, but an animal, and it's so fun and it's so awesome, and they're there forever. Well, sadly not forever, but the memories will be there forever. So just to recap, because I'm pretty sure this game is almost over. Use your brain against itself. You gotta build new neurological pathways. Definitely turn the script. Don't be sad. Pretend to be happy. I know it sounds dumb. I know it doesn't sound like it's gonna work. Definitely try to be happy. Do things that make you happy. Think happy thoughts. Do happy things. Do anything like that. You have to break that cycle. That's one way to do it. Write down your feelings, write down your emotions, write down all of those things, and then just, it's there for you, man. Not gonna go anywhere. Get a companion. I forget the third one. Mainly because I'm running out of time, so I'm forgetting the third one. But nonetheless, I'm here always. This is what I'm gonna do once a month. If you enjoyed this and look forward to seeing more, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. But above all else, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see all of you in the next one. But take care for now.